And I think they talked about this once briefly, or I don't know, but they said that this is Ed Sheeran's world and we are just living in it and it's his simulation. Like, how does that make sense? Hello, I'm Fernanda.
And I'm Flavia.
Welcome to Lightworkers Unhinged, where two best friends talk about life and spiritual stuff and everything that comes in our minds. Yay!
Yay!
So I have some questions that we can talk about, and I would love to know you guys, who are listening, opinions on some of them. Let's see, if we're gonna talk about one or two or three, but I just have these questions that I thought about, that I, saw other people talking about, and Flavia doesn't know what it is, so she's looking at me with a
no
face
idea what's happening.
what is going on in this episode? So we don't know what's going on with this episode. We're going with the flow. And again, as I said, I have some questions that I want to know your answers to. So the first one is, do you think that life is a simulation?
Yes.
Yes, I think so too. And again, I would love to know your guys' opinion. Why do you think it's a simulation? I heard it once, and I think it was on a podcast that I love to hear. It's called Ear Biscuits. It's from Rhett and Link. I'm a fan of Mythical and most things that they do, I'll say, or everything they do. And I think they talked about this once briefly, or I don't know, but they said that this is Ed Sheeran's world and we are just living in it and it's his simulation. Like, how does that make sense? And they're like, he's a great singer, he's a great songwriter and everything, but if you would compare him to Beyonce and you would walk in a bar and Beyonce is singing, you would be like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Because she's out of this world, right?
Yes.
But if you walk in a bar and you see Ed Sheeran singing, you would be like, this is a nice dude and he sings very well and I like his song. But it wouldn't be wowed in the way floored as you would be if you were just, in a pub and Beyonce started just, dancing and singing. So they're like, probably this is Ed Sheeran's world and we're just living in it because he's very famous and he makes a lot of money and everything.
Dude.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, leave Ed Sheeran alone, first of all, because I think he's great. But I thought that was just kind of a funny way to think about it. Maybe this is, I don't know, Ariana Grande's world and we're just participating. And I don't believe that that's a thing.
World.
Yes. Well, that's a good world.
Right.
But I'm joking about this. I don't believe this is the case. But in some ways, I do think this is a simulation because you are creating this simulation. Well, at every single second, you're creating it as your higher self. And everyone is interacting in the same game. It's my same theory. Me being
oh my god, this is traumatizing. Any gamers out there listening to this is going to be
Listen
traumatizing.
close, okay? Because if you think about it, your higher self has a better awareness of what's going on in your life, right? You projected your life, your body, your relationships. And again, nothing is things are not written in stone as one single line. At least that's not how I see it. It's many, many lines. And depending on what you do and what you choose, you will follow through with one of those lines, right? And even the lines that are not already encoded, you have the codes to unlock them. So then you would go play on that level, I'll say, So your higher self has the full awareness of what that blueprint is for your soul, for your body, for your life, right? And it's not like they are controlling you, but they are communicating all the time. They are being embodied in your vessel right now. So in some ways, they could be like the person behind the screen, kind of looking at things. So they are living a completely different reality than you are, but not because they're living through you. Same way as when you play The Sims, for example. You create a whole character, you dictate where they go, how their lives are, what their bodies are gonna look like, what their eyes are, the color of their eyes and their hair, and how their families are going and the house that they live in. That's you creating a life. What if not only we're living in a simulation, but we keep constantly creating other simulations that we are the higher selves of in those games? And what are you doing in those games? And how is that reflecting in your life today as you are the higher self? So that's also my unhinged thought.
If there's anyone listening to this that does play The Sims with custom content, with mods, we are doing this right.
Of course. But I mean, not just that.
I'm
like
creating awesome lives for my Sims.
every game that has an avatar.
Yes.
You know, like you
Yeah.
are the avatar
Yeah.
now.
I remember your realization to this came when you saw Bruno and I playing Fortnite once.
Yeah.
You're like,
And I'm like, these are beings.
Yeah.
And it's the same as thinking like, oh, they don't have free will. Oh, they don't have their own thoughts. They don't have their own emotions because
there's a programming.
yes, you're programming them to do what you want them to do. Is that not you as your higher self? Prove me wrong. Fight me on this.
I actually can't. I don't have an argument.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is that's what I think. So I don't believe things are super black and white with all of this. I'm joking and being light about this. What I do think happens.
It is a perspective to think about, though.
No, it is. And I'm not saying like I do believe the things about the game, you know, in some way, shape or form, your frequency is embedded in that character and they have a direct connection with you. So
Yeah, like guy.
even if it
guy.
isn't, yes, even if it isn't like in your conscious mind, in your subconscious mind, there is something there that is, you know, with the games that you play and things like that. I totally believe, because I believe about everything. The songs you listen to, the movies you watch, the books you read, you know, everything has an effect on you. It's a both way street.
And a game like The Sims, for an example, I give that as an example because it's the one that I play the most. The actions that you choose for your characters, for your Sims, they do influence their reputation in the game with other Sims. So if you're like an asshole with other Sims, it will give you a bad reputation and other Sims will see that, and you know, it changes your whole gameplay.
I'm telling you, it's a thing. But in actuality, it's a little bit more nuanced than that, at least through my perspective, you know, the ways that I'm able to see and analyze even timelines and how they work and all that. And that could be a whole other podcast, you know, a whole other podcast on timelines and how we see those things happening and everything. But regardless, the simulation is being created by source, if you think about it, you know, streaming as individuals in your higher self, in your soul, that is also like a stream from your higher self, and all the parallel realities that are coexisting here in some way, shape or form have been designed by you. So in that term, yes, I do think it's a simulation.
That is such a complex subject. So I'm trying to think of arguments
to express
myself.
Yes. Brainstorm it with me. What are the train of thought?
Okay, there's one thing that the more we learn, the more insane it gets. That first of all, we are not even solid.
That's exactly where I was going with this, and that's exactly what I was thinking.
Floating molecules.
Yes.
That
holograms.
Yeah, we're basically holograms.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's insane. Like if we compact the whole population of Earth,
yes,
we have a cube of sugar.
I think so. Like if we compress all of this, let's say the solid molecules, that's not the correct term. Do not quote me on this. But if you compress like everything that is actually matter in every single one of the almost 8 billion people on the planet, it would not amount to a cube of sugar.
Yeah. So I don't need to say anything else.
Fight on me on this, because that doesn't make any sense.
The things about the planet, first of all, the moon, what the heck? It's just floating there. Second, the ocean. We have no idea about anything in the ocean.
We have an idea of like 2%.
Yeah, which is, almost nothing. And it's already like, what? Second of all, the universe.
Everything. Think about another thing. Like everything is cyclical and everything is a mirror of something else. If you think about like the way that your neurons look and the way that they interact, it's the same visual of galaxies, That's how it works. And if you think about like your lungs and you look at the trees, and how everything is like something else, is a mirror of something else. So we are the universe compressed into this singularity here and now.
We are the universe experiencing itself.
Yes. So everything is a simulation.
Yeah.
Think about it, because it's crazy, isn't it? What are your guys' opinion on this? You want another question?
Yes.
Okay, so one on the same theme, I'll say, is free will something that is actually real or just an illusion? Do we actually actually have free will?
I would say yes.
Okay. Why?
We do. Free will as a being in general, considering our higher selves. And, because if you think about it, you do not exist for me, you are me.
Yeah.
So everything that I perceive, I created.
Yes.
In that perspective, there is free will.
Why? How?
Because I am the creator.
Okay.
That's it.
So you have free will, but no one else in your
because no one else
simulation
exists.
has free will.
Because
this is so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. This is one of the things, like one of the rabbit holes that I started diving into when I started my spiritual awakening experience, and then I stopped because everything stopped making sense.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I do not think about.
No, I mean, there is free will in the sense of you experiencing this multidimensionality of you in a single focus point. So you, right? Like your focus right now is on living your life, I'll say. It's like tending to your body, doing the things that you want to do with your life, and whatever those things are, you get to choose where you go and what you do. Yeah. In this focus point, in this single focus point of your individuality, yes, you have free will. But every single thing that you can think of already exists because you have created it as source, as the universe, as God, however you want to see this. So,
oh my God, this is such a cool thing to think about, because we were having a conversation earlier today about how the way that we perceive things and how we are living is like we are redoing pathways that are already existing in our brain. So if you take the perspective into this thought,
that's the same thing.
Everything you can think of is something that already, exists.
Is in existence. Yeah. Yes, that's also true.
This is such a key knowledge for you to know that you can manifest anything that you want, because it already exists.
Because like you said, if I am you and you are me, we are also Beyonce. Going back to her, so everything that she creates, it's in your realm of possibility because she is you. So her choices might have nothing to do with your awareness of your focus point right now, but everything is one single ecosystem of creation, and everything is working together. So again, as I was saying, you have free will in this focus point because you get to choose either you do this or that, or either you do both, or I do none of them, right? But as your higher self observing your experience, the way that I see it is like it's a multi-dimensional pathways that everything is already kind of designed in a way. Even though you might not choose something, it's already there. And every single thing you can think of is already in existence because it is already in that design. So when you are receiving guidance, when you are receiving, maybe you're not thinking about what you're receiving, but when an opportunity shows itself to you, or when you have like choices to make, it came to you because that code was unlocked in your brain, in your DNA, in your life, and then it presents itself to you. So the fact that you even have the possibility of a choice has already been defined as you, by you as your higher self. So you do not have free will. Thing. Yes. Yeah. So if you think about like every single thing that you could choose from your free will is already something that has been designed by you to be lived. So if you think about it like that, no, you do not have free will. But if you think about you as an individual living a focus point here and now in this present moment, yes, you do have free will. But
if you are living something that is designed by you to you, well, you chose it, so it is free.
Yes, in a way. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
But again, that also, for me, whenever I get into the deep hole of it all, you remember that you are actually meant to live here and now. So here and now is all that matters. In this present moment, in this focus point that you are, projecting your higher self, you're projecting source, you're projecting the universe now. This is what really matters. Is right now. Otherwise, you would not be in a freaking body. So yes, you do have free will. Yes, life does have a meaning. Yes, your body matters, So whenever it is that I get too deep into it and I start freaking out, I go back to, no, but wait, this is the point, We actually create physical bodies so we can have these experiences. So even if as a collective, as an individual, as the universe, we've designed every single possible opportunity, I'm here to experience them. I'm here to make them into things. I'm here to actualize those desires. So everything's just starts making sense again, and I stop having an existential crisis.
Yeah. I think something also that people get mixed up a lot with the idea of free will is that free will does not mean no consequences.
What do you
In
mean?
this sense, because we say, oh, if I have free will, I can just go and kill someone, for an example.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Laws of cause and effect here. It's a universal
The
law.
universal
Yeah.
laws still exist.
It still applies. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
people. Do not think like that. It's not, I mean, again, wonder about your consequences and the energy you're putting out in the world. Again, of course,
Yeah.
because that's exactly it. Like when you start like going too deep in the rabbit hole, things start being very meaningless.
Yeah.
And that is exactly the opposite of what we're supposed to be doing with these bodies and these lives and these individualities. So, but I thought that was like a fun question, you know?
Yeah.
And again, I would love to know your guys' opinions on that. Those are kind of like controversial thoughts and questions. So we're here to be unhinged after all.
What happens when you die?
That's a great one. My God, this could be also like a huge conversation. But are you asking me what I think? What you believe happens? What you are expecting to?
Yeah.
That's what I think happens when you die. So if you already have like a destination, a thought, a pattern, an idea, you are manifesting that in a very rapid succession of actions. That's what I believe happens.
Yeah. What do you believe will happen when you die?
I think I'm going to be greeted by my soul family, and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, you know, that was such like a small portion of myself, but so beautiful and so loving and so amazing. And I'll be excited about every other thing that is ahead and all the things that I get to do, you know, and all of that. That's what I believe is gonna happen. And that's what I would wish for everyone. You know, you're greeted by the beings that you love the most, and you can just see how significant this small portion of your existence has been, and how beautiful it is, and how brave I was to be in a body. What do you think happens?
I think my spirit team will pick me up on a flying convertible.
That's exactly what I just saw.
Exactly. And we're gonna fly away into the universe through the sound of the final countdown.
Yes. Oh my God. But I believe that whatever it is that you expect happens will happen. At least at first. So if you think that you're gonna create an idea of what a hell or a purgatory is gonna happen, you are allowed.
The creator.
Yeah, you are allowed to create all of it. And I do think that depending on social, cultural, and religious beliefs, there are some commonalities in what people are experiencing after they leave this body. But also we should perhaps have started by saying that I don't believe we die. You know, it's like the body will stop being, you know, animated by your soul, but you keep on living, you keep on, you know, existing. So again, depending on religious beliefs and all paradigms that you've created or recreated and things that you've decided for yourself, I think you experience exactly what you want to. Even if you don't really want to, you are actually manifesting them in a way, because if you think about things, I'll say it's hard to explain what I just said. If you think about things often enough, your brain and your self with capital S will automatically assume that that's what you want. So that goes for manifestations as well. If you keep thinking about like, I am successful, I'm happy, I'm successful, if that's all you think for, every single thing in the universe is going to allow you to create that. Yeah. So that's the same for when you leave this body. Whatever you are expecting that happens does. What do you guys think?
Yeah, those are gonna be fun answers to read.
Yes. I think this was a nice format. What do you guys think? Did you like us?
Do you have any other unhinged questions for us? Because we would love to answer them.
Yes, we will. That's awesome. So let's do our gratitude moment of the week. What are you grateful for?
What am I grateful for? I am grateful for Stella.
Oh my God.
And the way that she sleeps so soundly.
Yes. I am so grateful for Stella too. She's the best thing. Yes. Yeah. She's been sleeping here while we are recording this, and she was snoring very loud. Yeah. So if you heard anything, that's Stella for you. I am grateful for technology that allows us to be here doing this. And then, you know, it's like I feel everyone's energies. minds that are going to listen to it. Because
Yes.
again, what is time? We've talked about this. So yeah, I'm grateful for technology, for allowing us to have such freedom of expression and connection, you know, in the
Yeah.
world. I
Oh,
love
it's
it.
incredible. Such a gift. Technology
What?
is amazing.
Yeah. What are you grateful for? Let us know, you know,
Yeah.
share with us on Patreon. We have a Patreon if you want to support us and enable us to keep doing this. You can join there, Lightworkers Unhinged, or you can talk to us on our Discord community. You can
Yes.
email us.
Yeah, that's patreon.com/Lightworkers Unhinged, or, you know, Lightworkers Unhinged anywhere, Instagram, or also Lightworkers 613. You can find us.
Yes. Yay. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, for sharing, and we'll see you guys
Very soon. Bye.
Bye.